इधर लेके आ जाना। कहाँ से आ रहा है?
बस्ती में बोला है।
बस्ती में? बस्ती हम आए था कोई नहीं है, क्यों झूठ बोल रहा है इतना? हाँ, सारे हथियार कहाँ रख दिया? हमारा जवान लोग को कहाँ छोड़े आप लोगों ने? क्या हो गया यहाँ पे? हमारा यहाँ पे
3 बजे बता दो। हाँ 9 बजे थी।
उसको अच्छा से मार दूंगा। मारो मारो राजा है ना गाँव का, जाके सारे गांव का जवान लोग इधर लेके आना, आधी आधी से सारे जवान लोग को, ठीक है?
The furious looking frightened Jawans marched the streets of Oinam. Men returning home after carrying arms and ammunitions were waylaid. Some rifle soldiers trashed, arrested, and brought them to the jail. Some men were pulled off from their homes while they were having food with their beloved families. Men folks refused to escape from home even after they knew that the worst things are waiting to happen, considering that in their absence the Assam Rifles might harm their children and wife. To save the lives of their wives and children to guard the village, they choose to stay back and face the consequences by themselves.
सर मुगन खेती जाइना ऐसे
क्या खेती? झूठ मत बोलना, अभी से मारना चाहते हैं क्या आपको? गोली लगा दो यहाँ पे। झूठ मत बोलना, सच सच बताओ, हथियार गोलियां कहाँ रख दिया? हे जूते, हम गोली चला देंगे, ठीक है? अभी से देखिए क्या पे जा, अच्छा अच्छा मार मार के इसको अच्छा से लेसन एक बड़ा वाला सिखा देना।
Civilians were kicked and beaten with wood, pounded with rifle butts. Men folks were segregated and herded like animals inside the tent. Women and children were herded to the ground. It went for months together. They were forced to sit in rain and stored in heat for months together. They cried and they wept. They trembled. Women and children all once marched to the concentration camp. In thus they came back home. Fetch water, split firewood, again pound rice, cook, eat and sleep. At midnight they were intimidated between brothers and sisters, mothers and children, boyfriends leaving their girlfriends, thinking what might happen to their loved ones. Arms and ammunitions. Soldiers smoked and littered inside the church. Likewise, churches were desecrated.
शर्मा सीलिंग के ऊपर जाके सारे हाथियार ढूंढ लो, ठीक है सर? क्या हो गया? हाँ?
Kaidi is a makeshift house without proper windows and proper ventilation, where all arrested men were just stuffed inside and kept for months together hiding. The type of torture employed during Operation Bluebird were beatings on the sole of the face, roller shooting, suspension upside down, electric shocks, mock executions, poking sticks in the anus, in genitals, and other torture. Most of the old ones urinate inside the kaidi. Some urinate inside plastic bags and stored up. Such plastic bags contains of urine were mistaken at night and used as pillows. And when they burst, the whole kaidi smelled awfully. The men inside the kaidi were full of lice from head to toes, since they were not given chance to bath or change the clothing for months together. Time for urination and defecation was most horrendous moment, as the hands were tied and then they were guarded. They were beaten as they went out and the soldiers out of extreme frustration and depression. Later on that day, Assam Rifles had beaten all menfolks together again. Assam Rifles even forced the villagers to fight among themselves as they looked and mocked at them. This kind of thing is only possible in cinema. Martial law was imposed upon the civilians. Forced labor was employed. Assam Rifles forced the villagers to carry goods beyond normal persons can carry. 100 kg of rice or sugar were forced to be carried by 2 persons far off distances. That had never happened before, and which might never happen again, shocking the innocent civilians. Whenever the civilians rested out of sheer exhaustion, they were again beaten severely. Men were made to carry rations or foodstuff for the soldiers from one village to another in rain and sun for months together. Perhaps Nazi-like concentration camp was reenacted at Oinam in 1987. What a contrast to principle of Mahatma Gandhi, the father of Indian nation, who believed in non-violence and freed Indian nation with that belief. The whole menfolk in and around Oinam Hill village were forced to construct army, requested to at least carry their bones and bury it in their motherland, Oname. Oh, what an agonizing situation. Not enough with such torture, some men were hung upside down and smeared with chili powder and subjected to inhale the smoke of burning chili pepper. It was an attempt worse than animals, violating right to life and human security. Simply disgrace, demeaning human lives. This was simply unthinkable. Prison is a place of constant awaiting trial. It is a place where criminals are kept. However, the Onamika, Oinam Hill, and other villages were turned into a prison. All civilians were treated like criminals and animals. People were imprisoned in their own homes. Traditionally, digging grave, burying dead, performing death ceremony is always grave were dug by few women. Those who died of sickness, starvation, were buried without proper ceremony and rituals. Men who died in other towns and villages could not be brought to their own villages, but buried in the foreign soil. Oinam Hill Government High School was dismantled, and planks were used to make steps for the soldiers to cross inside the camp. After dismantling, villagers were forced to construct another Kacha school building, destroyed and burned, so as to leave no evidence of the houses being dismantled. The Assam Rifles were attempting to destroy the evidence of destruction made by forcing the villagers to plant vegetables in the land where the houses had been dismantled, the underground to attack Oinam camp. In his death, the village lost one of its highest sons and untimely demise. T.H. Wakhau, son of Telang, was a brilliant, laborious, reliable, dependable, and trustworthy person. Since 1985, he was selected as down below office scale. the village lost such a good leader in his death. Biwa was a pioneer of Oinam Hill Baptist Church,
मार के उसको छोड़ना नहीं है, उसको
social
खत्म करना है।
entrepreneur, great thinker. He
खलास
was a man of
करना है।
simplicity
चार
and high thinking,
बंदों
and
को
respected by both.
माइकी खान और बच्चे खान पर की कसी पर ने इते रखी दी से इमान दिक्कत करा मत खान के गुरिया तो एकता कथा আছে तखन के छाड़ी दिबी और मोय के मारी दिबी बस्ती मनु खान मोय खान न थके लेबी बस्ती लगा कथा पाल बरा मानिना बस्ती पाल बरा करिबले पाल बरा থাকিব दे
जल्दी ए टाइम नहीं है।
While crossing the village gate on his last journey,
Busti Manukan, Kitiabi Busti Nacharide, Busti Balbara Sai Lubi, Moila Secretary, Bakau Rom Weduzun Kuraina Ailibi, Busti Balbara Guard Kurina, Exun Ki Morom Kurina, Sandi Barataki Vide.
H. Bakau's final words.
I will not escape, leaving behind all my family and village. I have not done any wrongs against anybody during the course of integration. I'm very clear with my conscience. My God will testify to it. Please tell my wife and children to take care of my children.
If I escape, some rifle will capture the killer in the villages. As a leader, I will not leave you. I will not leave my village. Villagers should not suffer because of me. Please take good care of the school documents for the welfare of the students.
They were arrested on 10th-degree method, inflicted with inhuman torture, handcuffed from backside, administered worse torture in genitals, which was the worst and most painful torture, and chained in the waist by a long rope to prevent escape. Finally taken to Fuker Hill of Kundai and gunned them down in the night of 8 August 1987. Their death was reported to the villagers after a week or so. By that time, the bodies were filled with worms and in decomposed stage. The villagers carried the bodies from Japan where they were killed and carried to the village to Mali, slavery treacherous caught crossing the streams and rivers. In their death, the village and families lost their most precious treasure chests, which nothing on earth can replace them. The claim that they were killed in encounter was totally baseless, as the whole villagers saw them taken away by the Jawans, even while they could not walk properly, as they were beaten systematically and tortured. Assam Rifles, instead of fighting with insurgents, the innocent civilians were shot with sophisticated weapons. What a sad tragedy. Speak for themselves. We will continue to speak the truth while we continue to pay our tribute and respect for their supreme sacrifice. In their death, they remain immortal in the history before the world in the case of human rights violation committed by the armed forces upon the civilians. In their death, they died for their land and people. In their death, they have exhibited the courage. Every generation that heard that story will condemn the act of terror and atrocities committed during the Operation Bluebird. What followed after Operation Bluebird? In a nutshell, it led to extreme poverty and hunger, huge economic loss, and severe trauma and stress, loss of human resource, internal social discords and disharmony, abandoning of village, etc. Besides losing best leaders, maiming many strong men in villages. The story of Oinam refuses to die, lest we forget the prominence of Onareda. The resolution number 9 of Oinam Village Leaders Meeting held on 18 October 1988 at Senapati resolved to observe 9 July as a day of prayer, It was in 2006, on our radar, the Great Battle of Oinam was coined. A series of observations under specific themes for each year culminated in 25th anniversary of Onar Radar, the Great Battle of Oinam, on 9 July 2012. The victims of the Operation Bluebird is longing for justice for the last 31 years. Many have died and are dying without seeing the fruit. Through this platform, we Oname race express our deepest gratitude to all large-hearted individuals, both Nagas and non-Nagas, for your prayer support, material and financial help rendered to our people, which sustain us and gave us hope while our people were wandering like lost tribes in wilderness during those darkest moments of Oinam incident. You gave shelter, clothing, and food in times of our deepest needs. Those benevolent stories are deeply imprinted in our hearts, and we pray that may our Almighty God bless each of you, and may your race increase and multiply. We